fashion things too, but it's just all about comfort.
Who was it? Oh, it was Dynamite Dana from Modest Moms Wrestling in California. Asked me a recommendation on Netflix.
Uh,
I told her that the Motley Crue movie, The Dirt. I told her it was, it was pretty good, but it wasn't factually correct per se.
okay.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Check
I
that out.
I watched it on my plane ride from New Orleans to Las Vegas.
There you go. That's about when I watch movies.
Oh yeah,
That's when Delight was watching one when I was traveling with her that I did see that in it.
yeah, because I know when you traveled out this way last year, was it? You drove.
Yeah. I
You
drove cross country, straight cross country and all the way around twice.
yeah, that
I
is
did a lot.
some dedication right there.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Now that I think about it, I mean, I see why I don't want to ever drive again. But no, I mean, I really had fun too. Like, I think by the time I decided to like stop doing like maybe such massive trips, or when I came back, I couldn't quite do that anymore. And also, flying was becoming more financially. I was more financially able to do that, because I was getting more well known and better. And I think it had its time though, because like there was something really neat about just taking off on the road by myself. I'm real social. I'm goofy. I talk to whoever. So like I don't know. I make friends as I go places.
It's kind of like we were talking last night about karaoke.
Just like that. Although I didn't sing karaoke. I was down for this job yet.
No, I do promise you that if we ever do meet, we are going karaoke singing,
God,
and you'll hear me do some. You'll hear me do. I've sang probably over 253 songs.
wow. See, I haven't done karaoke in a while. I used to, but I was never that dedicated. I was gonna say I was one of the few people
It's
who do.
it's not a dedication thing, really. It's more of a let's see if I can do this one, or let's see if I can
Right,
do this one. I do some better than others.
right. Yeah, I practice those at home, and then just go out and do karaoke with.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Monday Jones, the session wrestler here in Portland. It's just amazing what you can do with cell phones nowadays. I mean, hell, I'm doing a podcast on a cell phone right now.
Right?
I mean, I've done editing clips for my YouTube show, which I need to start doing again. My last episode was almost 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was the travel vlog part 2. And you mentioned that match with Ali Parker, and you have a clip of that on YouTube, do you not?
Yeah. Yeah, and I know I'd love to wrestle her again too. But when I did that, I was getting better. She's still, she was better than me, and I remember being so nervous, and I was so happy. I felt like such a rock star that like I made her tap a couple times. You know what I mean? I didn't do that with Phoebe Lane. I didn't get that with her. It made me feel really good. So I don't know, as I get better at stuff, like that's kind of my biggest thing is I'd love to find new people, but also kind of revisit some of the ones that I've been with in the past. Kind of like my regulars I see around the country. I mean, they see me. Most of them each time I come around, and so I can see and they can see how I've progressed. But yeah, a lot of these girls that I do stuff with, I don't see yet, except for the work locally.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room here.
Oh yeah,
The Lingerie Fighting Championships.
yeah.
Is there any interest?
I mean, there would be. I feel like they're like out of my league. Like now, not forever and always. I'm still learning so much stuff. Can I see myself? Like, I don't know. I'm a perfectionist, so like, I can see myself doing that, but I'd want to like work extra hard for it, just specifically for that. But oh my God, I would love that. Like that. I think.
You think?
That would be like a dream. Like, I don't even know what to say. It'd be cool.
If there's anything I've learned in 42 years...
Whoa.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, it will be 42 on July the 7th. But if there's anything I've learned in life, it's that thinking is overrated.
It's overrated. At this point in my life, I'm tired of thinking. I just want to wrestle. I just want to cat fight.
There you go.
Or do Twitter fight podcast.
So if you were ever approached by them, what would be your response?
Well, I probably would not say to them, "Oh, you're out of my league." I'd probably be like, "Wow, I'm honored, yeah," and then just do what you to get it, Like, just do well, I mean, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, because they're just growing. It's amazing how much they've grown over the past 4 years, and the list of people they have there is just a who's who. I mean, Allie is one of the fighters there.
Right.
Jen Thomas is one of the fighters. Bella Inc., Jolene Hex. A lot of session girls are in this LFC.
Yeah, I mean, when you're there, you thrive for sure. I feel like every little step that I take, I just kind of need to see what happens. Because I never expected to do this. I never expected to get this far if I did it. I finally found something that I feel I'm really, really good at, and I don't know. It's just kind of weird the way it happens, and I'm grateful. I would totally love to do that if I could. So that's what I'm going to work for. I'm gonna that, and I'm doing a cat fight in August that I'm pushing myself for. And
in August, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing one in August. I just kind of confirmed it officially today.
So who's the unlucky person?
What's that?
Who's the unlucky victim?
I don't know how to say. I never remember that. Well, somebody said it happened. What I was saying, but yeah, they did. Okay,
Lyric, huh?
Yeah.
Lyric actually sent me a DM about being on the show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we'd been talking about it for a while. This was before I started really doing the interview thing. Of course, Tomiko was my first interview after 29 episodes. And, we'd talked about it. I've talked about it with Jen Thomas before, and she never responded back to my email.
Oh.
So, but ever since I started doing, I did the live reaction podcast to LFC's last event, it's just, it just trickled. And then I did an entire hour-long podcast about the LFC, and it's just amazing that how many people want to be on the show now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
I mean, I was literally...
like, maybe I'm not maybe I'm not setting my dreams high enough, I don't know.
I literally was through the, over the moon thrilled that you agreed to come on here.
Oh, good. That's my first podcast ever.
I'm an average person.
A little rough at the beginning,
Yeah, that's for another time. That's for another time.
We do have another time. It's all right. Nobody else has to feel nervous ever again. Because we lost the beginning, we got it over with, and now I'm relaxed. Now
you feel... See, that's my whole goal, is to just make it chill,
Yeah. Well, and that's what I try to do with everything. I mean, one thing I've learned through life is, laugh at yourself. You don't have to. Because otherwise, I think I used to be so hard on myself when I didn't laugh at myself for the silly things I do. When I make mistakes. And then because of that, I've been able to, try things like this that I wouldn't have tried if I was just trying to, stay safe and...
I know what I was going to ask. Which company would you like to do a shoot for? A company that you haven't done one?
Ooh, now we're asking the hard question. You know what? I've actually been looking a lot lately because I've just started getting into that more, doing those. I'd like to do another Grappling Girls one. I'd like to go back and revisit ones I've already done, like Southern Bells, Grappling Girls, and...
So entirely East Coast based?
Well, no, not necessarily. I'd love to get out to the West Coast as well. I mean, I would love to do as many of those as possible. I'm just kind of doing research on them all now, though. The ones that I know of, are mostly on the East Coast, and I've been kind of waiting, rather than going out and like lyrics send you the DMs, to get the podcast, like being proactive there. I've just been kind of waiting for people to come to me, and so I don't know. Like I've been looking to see which ones I like and maybe say.
Because I know there's in LA there's Hit the Mat, and they're phenomenal. I mean, they've had
I've been watching them a lot lately on like Twitter and everything.
Yeah, they've had so many talents there. It's just amazing. In fact, I mentioned last night that I'd like to be a talent, whether I'm getting the crap beat out of me or I'm beating the crap out of somebody.
Right? You'll do it both ways, huh?
Yeah. It's just me trying to get my foot in the door. And of course, in Sacramento, there's Modest Moms Wrestling, and they've had a who's who of female sessioners. And Modest Moms in Sacramento they've had a pretty good group of sessioners come through and do videos.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
possible. I mean, I just think it's fun. I'm going to work on, actually me, Delight, and Chad are going to work on getting a sister together or something that we all run together. So we'll do that too. But I love the video stuff. And like we're starting to do some customs now. When we did those, we even added I don't know, our creativity is pretty good. I was impressed with the way we collaborated, and then we added some plot and some storyline to a real cat fight. That was just, this is the one I told you about, where the cat is a rock star and filming. But I'd love to do more of that.
There's also one in Montreal that I can't think of the name of, but I know people like Mutiny has appeared there. Hazel Danny's a regular there.
Okay.
Hazel is she's a real sweetheart.
Yeah, I know of her. I don't know her.
Yeah, she's awesome. I was trying to meet her when she was in LA. But that didn't happen. So what kinds of, let's see, I asked you the nerd out question. So when you go to a city, what is your go-to place to eat?
Oh, okay, it changes. It really changes. So for a while there, I was all about Mexican food. And then a lot of times, when I try to eat really healthy when I'm at home, too. I wind up eating healthier on the road because I can get things. I like to try new, juice places that we don't have around here, or the clean eating, organic. I like to eat super healthy on the road if I can, or even Panera a lot. I know it's kind of boring, or even that a lot because you can get healthy things. And when I'm on the road, I don't have the stress of everything going on around me here. It's just work rather than everything. So
there is.
I don't like to cook. I don't like to prepare. So if they can do it for me and make it healthy, then I don't think anything.
There is a couple of places here that you need to try the next time you come out here.
Okay.
One is called Burgerville.
Okay.
They're a little bit on the medium price range, but they make everything fresh. And they have what's called a Tillamook bacon cheeseburger.
What's it called?
Tillamook bacon